Cognitive Behavioural Therapy, or CBT, is a well-established and effective psychological approach for managing anxiety disorders. CBT focuses on identifying and changing our negative thought patterns and behaviors that contribute to anxiety. Here are some common cognitive distortions that contribute to anxiety and how we can apply CBT principles to help reframe these negative thought patterns for anxiety relief. Number 1. Catastrophizing. Here, the distortion is expecting the worst possible outcome and imagining that a situation is far worse than it is. An example of this would be to think, I made a mistake at work and now I'm going to get fired. My career is ruined. Here, the strategy would be to challenge catastrophic thoughts by asking, what is the evidence that I will get fired? Consider alternative possibilities, such as learning from the mistake and taking corrective action. Number 2, all or nothing thinking, or black and white thinking. This is a cognitive distortion of seeing things in extreme terms without recognizing any middle ground or gray areas. An example of this would be to think, if I don't do everything perfectly, I'm a complete failure. Here, the strategy is to look for shades of gray by acknowledging that perfection is an unrealistic standard. Recognize that making mistakes or facing challenges doesn't define your entire worth or success. Number 3, overgeneralization. Here, the cognitive distortion is making broad, sweeping conclusions based on limited evidence or a single negative event. An example would be to think, I didn't get invited to one social event, so I must be unlikable and have no friends. Here, the strategy is to examine the evidence by considering other social interactions and relationships. Look for instances that contradict the overgeneralized belief, such as your positive interactions with friends. Number 4, mind reading. The cognitive distortion here is assuming you know what others are thinking and that they view you negatively. An example is to think, they looked at me strangely. They must think I'm incompetent. Here, the strategy is to challenge the assumption by questioning, can I truly know what they are thinking? Consider alternative explanations for their behavior, and if necessary, seek clarification through communication.